our first section, which Ashley will start. Take it away, Ash.
So the first section that we have is, let me find the banner right here. Whoopsie daisy. The badass TV shows of 2020. And I know that everybody that's here in the chat, everybody is expecting for me to say The Mandalorian. But in reality, the best TV show or the most badass TV show of 2020 was The Queen's Gambit, guys.
The Queen's
Gambit. The freaking Queen's Gambit is one of the. It was an incredible show. I never thought I was going to see a show that would make chess so interesting. And for me, Anya Taylor-Joy, who is in this picture, she carried the show. And she's a Latina, guys. She's from Argentina.
Yes, for those who didn't know.
It. Yeah, she killed it in the show. I was never bored of the show. I loved every episode. I'm sad that it's kind of a mini series, so I feel that it's not going to come back maybe for a second season. But I do know that she is collaborating with the same creator in other projects, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, that's the first one on the list because it is a badass TV show. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So The Queen's Gambit. If you guys haven't seen it, go to Netflix and check that out.
Number 2, The Mandalorian.
Pero ¿cómo va a ser?
The Mandalorian. And wait, I wanna do something.
You can't see Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. He's so tiny. There you go.
There we go. There you go. The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was one of the badass TV shows on 2020, and it really brought back an amazing nostalgic feeling and something new that nobody has ever felt before for Star Wars. Which I mean, it's been felt before. Which that word is extreme love and much needed attention for Star Wars. So The Mandalorian is one of the shows that actually brought life to Star Wars again. And
this show brought my love back for Star Wars. And again, if you guys didn't know, es un latino protagonista.
Exacto.
Pedro Pascal.
Hispanic.
So, excelente. Go check it out on Disney Plus.
Yes, please. Like Baby Yoda is gone now.
I don't think he's coming back, baby. I don't think he's coming back. That's not happening.
And then we got Luke Skywalker. What?
Oh,
spoiler.
No,
I'm just gonna stop because I don't know who has or who hasn't.
Yeah.
By this time, guys, you should have known.
I have to say that for me, I loved the Mandalorian's arc in this season because we see this character grow so much. And again, Pedro Pascal is the GOAT, man. He delivers in voice acting. He delivers in all of the scenes where he takes off his helmet. Incredible. So I loved this season.
Third one, take it away.
Our third show is The Boys.
The
there
Boys.
You go. The Boys.
The Boys was amazing, and it was.
Some would say it was mind blowing.
The Boys is that show like The Mandalorian that you wait for every single year. That's the show that is gonna, take you off the edge of your seat. You don't know what's gonna happen. You want to be surprised, and you get angry. You feel joy, but it's more for the characters.
Also, I can't wait for season 3 because Jensen Ackles, our boy Jensen Ackles, is gonna be Soldier Boy. So that has me.
Supernatural.
That has me super excited for season 3 of The Boys.
That is actually our top three best badass TV shows of 2020. Now, what we're gonna jump into right now is honorable mentions. What is the first one on the list, Ash?
The first one, this is a show that we had not seen the first season. So we ended up watching the first season and then we jumped into the second season. And this show is The Umbrella Academy. The Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy, man. The Umbrella Academy was a surprise because, this first season had passed and we had no idea.
Yep.
We had no idea that this existed. And I don't even know how we didn't know it existed. It did not exist. I mean, We did not know it existed. And
I knew about the comics because I'm a huge fan of My Chemical Romance. So I
Mhm.
remember when Gerard Way announced that he was creating a comic book series named The Umbrella Academy. So when Bianca was like, "Oh, you guys have to see the show," I was like, "Oh, that's a comic book based on Gerard Way's idea, and it's not his first comic book. He has a couple of comic books that." Wink, wink. I would love to see on Netflix. I'm just saying. I agree with you. This show surprised me. I wasn't expecting the whole weird family dynamic to mash up so well with me. This is a show that in the first season, the first episode, either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, because the first episode throws you, like, the first scene is like a whole loop. It throws you into a loop and you're like, what the hell is happening in this show? I think that season 2 for me by far was superior. I really loved what they did with Allison's story, because Allison was my favorite character in season 1, but I kind of felt that she was like kind of on and off for me. But in this season, they gave her a great story that it resonated really well in the time that it came out, because by the time that it came out, the Black Lives Matter move was going on and all of the protests. So I thought it was perfect. I can't wait to see season 3 because it ends in a cliffhanger.
It really was perfect timing for that show the season to come out at that time. And now we got, I don't know how many of you actually watched this show, but Jack Ryan. Oh my gosh. Jack Ryan is pretty much based off this CIA agent. This guy wasn't really on the field. Like, he wasn't on the field. And John Krasinski, like, the man that I want him to play Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four. He used to be in the military, and then he turned to be a CIA secretary or analyst, a CIA analyst. So he would analyze movements of terrorists and try to depict where terrorist attack would be upheld. After the story progresses, he gets requested to be on the field. So we watched the first season, and then the second season actually came out this year.
The second season for me was what made Jack Ryan enjoyable, because I think the second season, the second season, it's in Venezuela. It has so many Latino actors, and it wasn't shying away from letting them speak in Spanish. They were being incorporated really well with John Krasinski and everybody that was from the United States, and I freaking loved it.
This one,
guys,
Walter Mercado.
There is a documentary that came out this year of Walter Mercado, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yes.
I couldn't believe that I was seeing un boricua, un documental sobre él. Like, my mind was blown, man.
What impressed me so much about this documentary was I didn't even know how much his figure meant to me. I was so young when I knew him, and it was pretty much all the time, every time, probably at 7 or at 8, everybody would wait the zodiac signs predictions or the readings of how that would impact people's lives. It was insane. It was amazing, and how they did him wrong.
Mano, this documentary, it really got to me. It's on Netflix, so definitely check it out. I think it's called Con Mucho Amor, Walter Mercado. And it's sad, but it gives you so much hope. And I think it really resembles well what his legacy was.
Supernatural.
Oh, right.
Supernatural. Well, here's the thing with Supernatural, guys. Supernatural is the one and only TV show that I've loved more than anything in TV ever.
Didn't you say that the Boys was like kind of up there with Supernatural?
It kind of was, because it's from the same writer, but it's just that the final season, it began wobbly.
The season 14 finale was like here, and I was expecting season 15 to be like pow.
It picked up in the middle, so it was great.
It did,
and it continued, and it continued, and it was like, oh my gosh!
I'm conflicted with the last season episode, finale. Yep,
the last episode was great, and it was
don't be scared.
Too good. In the same time, I still cried, and I still wanted. We cried
like somebody died. Like,
and I cried like somebody died. It's like, wow, and somebody did die.
Yeah, well, 2 people died.
Two people died, but one died sooner than the other one. Anyway, the point is that mixed feelings with this show in the last season. But most of all, overall, it was great.
We have our conflicts with the season finale. Even though we cried, even though, you know, I thought it was what could happen. I wish that certain aspects of the season finale were better in terms of bringing characters back, in terms of the story, in terms of how you know, Dean passes away. So that's my conflict with it. Even though I cried and I loved it and I feel sad. And I was actually telling John this, but both Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles have openly said that they are waiting for Eric Kripke to write a season finale, a new season finale.
Yeah.
So it's not only us. They were clearly not happy with this season finale. So
last honorable mention. So we jump into something else that you know you're gonna see after we do that. It is Selena.
Okay.
Selena. Guys. Okay. I'm gonna let Ashley take over, but whatever people say, whether it is true or not, the story that you see in this show, it's still fantastic.
See, mira, listen. I know there's been a lot of controversy over this series because, first of all, we all grew up with the J-Lo movie. Coming from a person who loves Selena and loves the J-Lo movie, I thought this was a pretty good show. It's not a perfect show. So don't go into Netflix thinking that you're going to see a perfect show in every way. It needs some work, if I'm honest. But
that's what I like. Honorable mention.
Yeah. What I liked about the show was the fact that they were focusing more on the family and how the family helped Selena become the star that she was.
Yeah.
Versus in the movie with J-Lo, we only focus on Selena and her career. And the first season leaves you in a cliffhanger that clearly the second season I read is already done, so it's gonna happen. So I would say give it a chance before, you know, you start reading the comments and the controversy and all of that. I was telling John that there is a controversy with her, you know, with Chris, who was her husband. He's not happy with the show and how they're portraying him and how they're portraying certain events. But I would say just give it a chance. I personally liked it. I want to see season 2, see how they tackle her fame, how they tackle her relationship with Yolanda, and how they're going to deal with her death. So
yeah,
give it a try. Give it a try. Just, you know, form your own opinion on this show.